Team, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect, perfect. So what I'm trying to do over here, I already set up the equipment and I set up compression meter and concrete sample. I break the concrete cylinder. This was the cylinder that we use. I don't know if the video is clear, but you can have a clear shot. And right now we are at the 75,000 pounds of load. And we're gonna keep increasing loads until we break this baseboard. To protect my laptop, because it breaks, might come to my laptop. Are you guys able to see the compressor meter? It is moving.
Yes.
Initially it was 0. It is moving fast right now. And I'm collecting the data on the software. I will share the data with you guys on the Moodle. And if you guys are able to see over here, this is showing the applied load, and it's showing the position. Okay. Already failed. Okay. Now look at how much load it was applied at the failure.
Let's look at it.
I installed these pads in order to distribute the load evenly on the cross section. 3/4 of this concrete cylinder was already wet, so it didn't dry out thoroughly. And we're gonna look at the failure right now. It failed from the top, from the dry section. I'm gonna take a picture of this and I will send it to you guys. And I have the picture from the before the experiment. It's gonna be clear when you look at the picture in close shot. And you can include this picture into your lab report.
Say that about 3/4 of it was still wet.
I'm gonna keep loading it and I'll crash this. Let's see.
Did you say something about part of it still being wet when you took it out of the mold?
What was that?
Did you say that it was still wet when you
Yes,
took it
if you
out of the
can look at
mold?
this color change, the bottom portion was wet and the upper portion was dry. So I can say 3/4 from the bottom was wet and the top portion was dry. But we're gonna see what's the inside looking. That's why I'm trying to crash it all the way. But it already.
Okay. It's just something that I want to be able to put in the report. So
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What does it matter if it's wet, or is that going to affect the results?
Yes, it's gonna affect it. I mean, it's usually, I was expecting to be wet because it's been 7 days. So at the 28 days, it's gonna be dry, 90%.
Okay, so we're not going to conduct one with a dry sample, or is that going to be a different time?
What is it?
Are we going to are you going to do this over with a dry sample, or we just need to just do the whole lab report and like
No,
mention
no.
that?
We're gonna wait for the second test, which is gonna be in the 28 days. So we wait 7 days to test this one, and we have 21 more days to test the second sample.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. But give me 1 second.
Is there a reason that you're not putting those plates back on the end again?
What is it?
Is there a reason that you're not putting the plates back on the end again?
Well, it already failed. I'm just trying to fail it more so I can see inside. I can take pictures of inside and you can see how the inside looking.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem. If you can see the graph, it's projecting the graph, how the graph is going to look like. It's a load versus position graph, but we're going to be generating the stress versus strain graph. So graph is moving, and the force right now is around 12,000. I believe it's going to fail from right at this corner.
That is dry.
Are you guys able to see the failure? It's 45 degrees in an angle. Okay. So when you look at the inside, it is still wet, 100%. But when you go to upper portions, you see the dry sections. So if you can include in your report why it failed in 45-degree angle, that will be perfect, and it's your homework. You tell me what are the types of failure in concrete compressive strength test, and what is the reason it failed in 45-degree. Okay? You tell me, you gave the answer. I'm gonna look at the data after class, but it was around 2,500 pounds PSI. So I'm gonna make things clear. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for the 28-day results, and this testing sample is still curing. Whenever we get the result for 28 days, we're gonna combine the concrete first phase, which was the mixing of the concrete sample, and how we perform the slump test, etc. And then today's testing is gonna help you to develop your table, your strain and stress and strain table based on the collected applied loads and the elongation. We're gonna do the same thing in 21 days, and you'll compare what are the differences between the 7-day testing and 28 testing. Obviously, you can think intuitively the 28-day testing result will be higher than 7 days because the concrete sample will be curing over 21 days and it's going to gain more strength. But we were going to look at the number, we're going to see how numbers are changing with the time. That's the deal. So if there's no question, like I said in the email, it was going to be a short class and I can end this meeting. But I will be accepting questions from students if you guys have questions. But I'm going to keep it personal, so one-to-one meeting. So you can send me email if you have questions, and I can answer your email. I can answer your questions in the Zoom meeting. Okay. If not, I will see you guys next week.
Actually,
And
I wanted
Yes.
to talk to you about something. I accidentally, so I thought the report was due like before class today, so I sent it in before today, but I saw it was overdue because it was due at like 12 a.m. this morning. But like, I just wanted to see, like, is that still late?
No, it's not late. What I will do is I will change the due date to midnight today, so you're going to be able to submit your report.
Do I have to resubmit it, or is it just going to update it?
If you are able to submit it, then there is nothing wrong. But if
Okay.
you're not able to submit it, then you have to resubmit it again. But do not send email. Just submit it on Moodle.
Gotcha.
No problem.
Thank you.
What else? If you have general question, I can answer general question. But if you have personal question, I can have personal Zoom meeting.
So for this experiment and I think there's two other, what is it, like 3, 4, and 7 for like the concrete, it's just going to be one big report?
Yes, it's going to be one big report.
Okay.
Like I said at the beginning, you're going to combine the first phase, which was the concrete mixing, how we mix the concrete, how we perform the slump test, and then how we make our cylinders. And then second phase was today. We test our first cylinder, and you're going to combine it. So today's data, it's going to go to your data and result section. And you will combine these data with the 28-day data result. So you're going to have the table. I believe it's on Moodle. If you look at the Moodle, you're going to see the Excel spreadsheet template. It shows you the concrete sample calculations. Maybe I can pull it up. Give me 1 second. Slump test, concrete test, and sample report. Let's see. This is the sample report, but I think it has the same information. Okay. So in the first phase, in the last class, we learned the theory sections, and we learned the procedure, how we made the concrete mixture. So you can use the information to develop your first couple of pages, theory and the procedure. You should include the procedure that we have done today as well, how we test this material. And then the data section, it says 7 days right here and 28 days. Okay, table 2 summarizes the data that was found within both the 7 and 28 day cured concrete compression test. So today we only complete the 7 days. What we did, I measured the applied load with the corresponding elongation. And then I will convert applied load and this elongation data to stress. I'll calculate the stress. It's similar to what we have done in the tensile test. And then I will wait 21 more days to get these data. I will collect these data and make my table. Then I will compare. For example, I can compare the maximum percent deformation, and I can compare the maximum compressive strength. So at 28 days, the stress was 4,299, let's say 4.3 KSI. By the way, this unit is wrong, it should be PSI. This should be PSI. This is not my report, this was submitted by one of my students. So this is the PSI, not the KSI. If it was KSI, it could have been 4.3 KSI. And you will compare this F prime C maximum compressive strength to 7-day result. It is 2200 PSI or 2.2 KSI. And as you can tell, the 7-day compressive strength is almost half of the 28-day result. Why? Because concrete has been cured till 28 days and gain more strength, right? So you'll combine these two data sets and make your own table. And you can explain how you analyze these data points and what was the outcome from this experiment. And you should have your graph as well. Once you develop your table, similar to tensile testing, you're gonna have your stress and strain column for 7 days. This is 7 days, blue graph, and you're gonna have 28 days. So you should be able to enter 2 data points to exact graph. I'm gonna send you guys pictures so you can use the picture to include in your report. And then discussion and conclusion. That's it. Any questions? Okay. Bradley, you have a question?
No, I was just gonna say thank you.
Okay, thank you.